Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.Eliances.com. Now, back to our super host, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
That's right. I mean, what a day. Can you believe it? I mean, we had Ed Smith on, former two-sport professional player, NFL, MLB, a ton of teams. And we had Deborah Debris, the author of the book, How Average is an Addiction. Make sure you go to Eliances.com to check out those segments if you happen to miss them. Eliances, the only place where entrepreneurs align. And thank you, too, for the incredible feedback we still get from having the founder of Chuck E. Cheese on. Well, if you go anywhere, whether it be Chuck E. Cheese or you want to go to a baseball game, football game, or anything, you need money. And our next hero is going to share with us more ways to make money on our money, because we have Kara Golden, the CEO and founder of Direct Source Wealth. You could reach her at directsourcewealth.com/hero or call her 877-756-8323. She is your partner in building time freedom. So let's talk about your own story, Kara, first of all, as being an investor, because this all started really from you becoming an investor.
Yeah, absolutely. I went through the process many new investors do. I snaked toilets. I, cleaned houses. I vetted tenants, and really the foundation of Direct Source Wealth came from trying to figure out a way to work with other investors to benefit from economy of scale, do it bigger and more efficient, and the company really came out of the hard-won lessons from the School of Real Estate Hard Knocks.
I think one of the scariest things is, especially for a new investor, is once you pull that trigger, you buy the property, first thought is, okay, what just happened? How do you, as the CEO and founder of Direct Source Wealth, because you see and have so many properties presented to you, go through a due diligence process?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, our due diligence process grows literally after every deal we do, because still now, after over a decade of doing this, each new deal brings a new learning opportunity, but that makes us better on the next deal. So, we go through a pretty significant process. I mean, one of the examples I gave an investor recently is, we now do not only a lease audit, where we go in and we actually look at the leases and compare them against rent roll. We actually request copies of, bank statements, because we've learned that some property owners aren't very honest in their bookkeeping. And so we've learned to go in and spot check and make sure that those rents that they're claiming are deposited, that the leases say are deposited, are actually deposited. I know it seems like a simple and obvious thing, but that was, learned through the process. We learned to check on pest reports and talk with tenants, and every step of our due diligence process was created through something that actually happened. And so each deal we do hones us and makes us better. And that experience is what we get to then share with other co-investors.
I was watching Fix and Flip on TV, and they bought this house. Everything looked perfect. Nice new shiny coat of paint and all that. They wanted to do some, modifications. All of a sudden, they start peeling back behind that wall, and the things they found were scary. What's kind of maybe some of the ways to look at when you're looking at buying this property that looks, again, great condition and all that, but how do you know what's really behind those walls?
Yeah, that's a great question, because it really comes down to, again, this is a situation where economy of scale really helps us. The cost to get behind a wall, and by the way, most sellers aren't going to let you clip in a wall and look behind it, can be pretty expensive, especially on a single family kind of a deal. But as we do bigger deals, we're able to spend less on due diligence and get more value. In other words, it costs us less to have our plumbers go in and snake lines or put the scope cameras and check things out. We have existing contractor relationships, so our contractors will go out and check the roofs, check the ACs, often for much less or no cost, just because of the ongoing business relationship. So those things, doing enough transactions, doing enough business gives us the opportunity to do better due diligence than I was ever able to do as an individual investor. And so to me, that's why larger deals with co-investment make so much more sense than, one-off deals where it just doesn't make economic sense to do the proper level of due diligence to really vet out all those risks.
which is why I don't know why anyone would do it solely on their own, because you're talking to me, David Kogan, host of the Eliances Hero Show. Make sure you go to Eliances.com. That's ELIANCES.com. It is the only place where entrepreneurs align, because you also, too, may have the opportunity to meet Kara Golden at one of many of her experiences, including the Grand Table, because she is the CEO and founder of Direct Source Wealth. Go to directsourcewealth.com/hero. You could also call her at 877-756-8323. Set up a one-on-one with her. She is a wealth of information. She has the experience. In fact, Kara, you had your own company, yet you've worked with many others. Why, though, did you decide to start your own company and have so much more responsibility and have to now think about it 24 hours a day?
Yeah. The main driver for me was watching how other companies ran their business. I mean, I would make, suggestions or recommendations that to me were obvious best practices, and other owners, it was their company and they got to make the decisions about whether or not, they wanted to do it that way. And it became pretty frustrating to me. I have some core principles that just drive what I do. I mean, I won't recommend other people invest in things that I don't invest in myself. Transparency is incredibly important to me. Being able to be vulnerable and admit that, hey, we don't do everything perfectly. And I tried finding other companies to invest as a passive investor with. I would have much rather just done that, but I really couldn't find anybody who did things the way I, as an investor, wanted to see it done. And so, it's that old adage. It's like, if you want to see the world be different, you've got to be the one to change it.
That's right. That's right. I think Gandhi said that, right?
I hope I'm quoting Gandhi. That's awesome.
I believe so. Be the change you want the world to see.
Right.
Talk to me, though, with so many various responsibilities you have, and yes, you have staff and all that. What, though, is your day-to-day? What is your day-to-day like?
Yeah. Typically, I'm still quite involved with looking at individual deal underwriting. I'm generally the one sourcing the initial deal because a lot of our deals come from existing relationships that I have in the industry. And then I'm still spending time on the phone with investors because I'll never give that up. I love talking with my investors. I don't get to do as much of that as I would like, but probably once or twice a day I get a chance to connect with a direct investor. And then oftentimes I'm working with my staff behind the scenes on strategy. So, we do little powwows and we'll talk about an investor and what their goals are and what's happening. And there's a lot of my time is spent kind of coordinating feedback between what does our co-investment group need next in our portfolio and what properties are out there and how do we bridge that gap? How do we keep sourcing properties and placing capital and making sure that all of our co-investment needs are met?
Kara, is there always a property to be able to purchase? In other words, of all the ones that you get out there, let's say you had $1 gazillion more, is there always a property to be able to purchase?
Yes, and it does get harder and easier from time to time. After a big crash like in 2009, you could basically throw a dart and make money, and lots of not very sophisticated investors did make a lot of money in that time period. It does get harder to find deals, but if you're investing in relationships, which is to me the fundamental investment that we make, but if you're investing in relationships and you have a network of people, there's always properties to be found. We have a deal I'm looking at that, we're looking at getting a $1 million property that could easily appraise at $1.5 million, even in this market. And but that comes from relationship. But there's always deals if you're out there, if you're working hard, if you're smart, and you're paying attention.
Yeah, and if people know you like they know you. Well, we're going to stick around because we're going to have Kara back. Kara Golden, the CEO and founder of Direct Source Wealth. So make sure, go now. directsourcewealth.com/hero. Write this number down, 877-756-8323. Don't wait. You'll be able to reach someone from Direct Source Wealth. Talk to them. There's no cost to call or go to the website. In fact, you'll find some secrets. This is David Kogan with Eliances.
Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.Eliances.com. Now, back to our super host, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
That's right. And make sure you check out a past segment that I did online or on the air, and it's posted at Eliances.com, where we had the CEO of Oculus VR sell his company to Facebook. Are you ready for this? For $2 billion. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. So what's he doing now? He's starting another company. Check it out at Eliances.com, because he sells it for $2 billion. You know what? You want to make some money? Listen to this next segment, because we've got Kara Golden back with us, the CEO and founder of Direct Source Wealth. You can reach her at directsourcewealth.com/hero or call her 877-756-8323. Now, Kara, you also, too, started something really cool and special for your investors. And not many wealth investment companies do this, because you started what's called the Golden Circle at Direct Source Wealth. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's, we're a co-investment group, so all of our investors are co-investing with us. But there's a special group, the Golden Circle. These are people who have, a significant amount of assets and a substantial relationship with Direct Source Wealth. It's not just about money, but that are involved, give us a lot of feedback, and help us set our mission and vision. And we get together, at least twice a year, and it's really about building a community around investing. So we'll get together, we'll meet with experts, we'll share ideas, because a lot of our investors are what I call first generation made good, right? So we didn't come from a wealthy family, a wealthy network. And so getting together regularly helps us commune and spend time with people who've gotten to the same place in life and share ideas and brainstorm and troubleshoot with things that we're dealing with. And it's just a really fun and wonderful community to be part of.
You talk and you mention a lot about the word co-investors, where the investor goes in a deal with directly with Direct Source Wealth. So it's that, leveraging the expertise and being able to get in on the deal. Talk to us, though, maybe share one of the stories or two, if you can, about some of your clients that have done that co-invest with Direct Source Wealth.
Yeah, the co-investing concept goes two ways. It's, as you mentioned, it's, we put our skin in the game. Much of our staff and team members invest in the deals. A good portion of the people who work with us are, successful investors in their own right, who came to help other people. In other words, not just people looking for a job. And the other side of that is that our co-investors are, this is their company too. So we have one investor who's a graphic designer. So she does most of our logos, our graphic work, and she just does that as her contribution to the company that we're all part of. We're painting one of our buildings, and so we, posted some samples. And one of our investors is his daughter's a color specialist and an interior designer, so she's contributing and helping us pick those colors. And so the co-investment concept isn't just some glib phrase, that what we do. It really is a community where we're bringing our expertise, our investors bring theirs, we all bring our money, and we go and have a lot of fun. Adding value to real estate together.
That's really cool, and that's very unique from many other places. And again, you can reach Kara Golden at Direct Source Wealth. Go to directsourcewealth.com/hero. Kara, share with us the type of properties right now that you're looking to target for acquisition, because we may also have listeners out there, I'm sure we do, that may have property that they want to sell. So maybe you can share with us what you're looking for.
Yeah, we have our main strategy is our 500-200 strategy. And so we look for properties that fit in that investment objective. And that's really about creating immediate cash flow around 6 to 8%, getting it up to about 10% cash on cash return, and staying there until it makes sense to refinance and pull some equity out of the deal. So multifamily properties with good stable tenant base that have value upside to get us to that objective. That's what we're looking to buy. We also have a second strategy that's debt focused. So we do buy properties that allow for first lien, interest rate kind of investment products as well. So those are typically smaller deals, $1 to $2 million or less, that are just being bought primarily with debt.
Who came up with this 500-200 idea?
It's a collective effort like so many things, but it was really the foundation was born out of what I did, when I first started investing and how in the first, few years of investing, I got myself to be financially free. I mean, it was only $3,000 a month, but that's all I needed at 23. And so we've just scaled that up to make it work for, adults who need much significantly higher income.
So, Kira, okay, I want to talk more about this 500-200 because it sounds extremely interesting. And again, you're listening to me, David Kogan, host of the Eliances Hero Show. Make sure you go to Eliances.com. The only place where entrepreneurs align. You need to go there too now, ELIANCES.com, because you may be able to view other past segments with Kira Golden, who we have, the CEO and founder of Direct Source Wealth. So you can go to directsourcewealth.com/hero. We'll also have it on our website. Or you can call her at 877-756-8323. So, Kira, two magic numbers, 500, 200. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so the core principle is, making an initial investment of $500,000, and that can vary. It's scalable depending on someone's capacity, and then working the strategy of buying multifamily cash flowing real estate to ultimately create $200,000 of passive income. It takes time. We're not a get rich quick kind of program. We're get rich slowly and keep it kind of company. But that's the basic premise. It's an initial investment and then a steady state, consistent approach to buying and adding value to multifamily real estate. So you have that $200,000 of passive income that continues year over year and can be passed on to your kids or grandkids and whatnot.
That's truly, it's almost like that set it and forget it. Put it in, forget you have it, and just let it ride, right?
Yeah, I always encourage involvement and awareness, but absolutely. The program's designed to just keep building upon itself and constantly increasing that value of both the base portfolio and the cash flow.
The other thing, too, that's unique is we've had other people who work for you, Kira, who work for Direct Source Wealth, and yet they started off as investors, and now they work directly for your company. That's very unusual because it's not just one person or two people. It's more than that.
Yeah, it's a basic premise I have. I'm a big believer in, engaging people deeply and engage the right people. So rather than going out and hiring people who don't know how to do what we want to do, we engage our co-investment base. We bring in our members and our investors. We find something for them to do. And quite frankly, a number of our investors, once they get to that passive cash flow stream, they retire or they leave their 9-to-5 job, but they want to still keep doing something. They want to keep contributing, and this is a way to pay it forward. And that's very much a part of our culture, is to pay it forward and participate. So it makes a really unique organization, and we have a lot more knowledge base in our organization than a company of our size and age, I think, typically would.
But don't you? Yeah, and don't you find that unique? And don't you ever look back and just go, "Wow, that's really cool"? Because they got to like it enough and believe in it so much, where they actually come now and work for you while they're also investing in the properties that are under the Direct Source Wealth umbrella.
Yeah, daily I am grateful for it. And, some of those people end up actually coming on staff. A number of people volunteer their time. So we're a for-profit organization that has a lot of volunteers. That's incredibly unique. But I think it goes back to that core investment, co-investment concept that people get, that we're about we're rowing the boat all in the same direction. We're getting to that prize, and that we all benefit from that because we're all in the ship together.
I love it. Well, let's all row together because, Kira, you continue to work with your co-investors to build them more time freedom. Keep doing what you're doing. That's a hero, helping people make money. Kira Golden, CEO and founder. Reach her at directsourcewealth.com/hero. But don't wait. Call her now, 877-756-8323. This is David Kogan with Eliances.
You have been listening to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. Eliances is the destination for entrepreneurs, investors, CEOs, inventors, leaders, celebrities, and startups. To present your superpower, visit www.Eliances.com.